Hello everyone, I'm Anujagi and I'm a legal intern with Axis and Company. And the topic for today's video presentation is People's Union for Democratic Rights and Others versus Union of India. So, People's Union under this case, there was a complaint of a violation of Article 24 of the Constitution, which prohibits employing children below the age of 14 years in hazardous employment on behalf of child laborers employed in construction work in Delhi. Also, the laborers who worked on the Asiad 82 sites, both on the infrastructure and like flyovers and hotels, were recruited by agents of construction contractors from backyard villages of Orissa, Bihar, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, etc. So, working at a feverish pace, often far beyond the working hours fixed by the laws, without the minimum daily wages being provided, their children were dying of malnutrition, and they themselves frequently becoming victims of accidents. And further, these workers were forced to complete the Asiad projects in time by the date of November 19th. So the terrible living and working conditions to which these workers were subjected to were first brought to the public notice by a fact finding of the People's Union for Democratic Rights People's Union of Democratic Rights, which visited some of the major cities in July and August of 1981 and interviewed the workers as well as their employers. The People's Union for Democratic Rights followed this up by filing a writ petition before the Supreme Court on November 6th of 1981 by way of PIL in order to issue observance of the provisions of various labor laws in relation to the workers employed in the construction work of the Asiad 82 project. So the judges also appointed three ombudsmen, who are the experienced persons authorized to inquire into and pronounce upon grievances of citizens against public authorities. The first time in the judicial history of India for protecting the interests of the workers and ensuring the observance of the laws. They were requested to visit the major cities of the construction work and submit weekly reports to the Supreme Court relating to cases of violation of the laws. So the issues being raised in this case were whether the writ petition can be maintainable in the light of rule of locus standi. The workmen whose rights are said to be violated and to whom a life of basic human dignity was being denied are poor, ignorant, illiterate humans who, by reason of their poverty and social and economic economic disability, are unable to approach the courts for judicial redressals, and hence they have been under the liberalization rule of standing and the locus standi to maintain the present writ petition espousing the cause of the workmen. The petitioner is admittedly an organization dedicated to those protecting the rights and enforcing of fundamental rights and making directive principles and of state policy which are enforceable and justifiable. So there can be no doubt that it is out of the sense of public service that the present litigation has been brought by the petitioners, and it is clearly maintainable. The second issue being raised was whether the writ petition can be maintainable against the private individual under Article 32 of the Indian Constitution. So, in relation of private contractors who are hired laborers on one hand, and the Union of India, Delhi government, and DDA on the other hand, where any fundamental rights which is enforceable against private individuals, such as, for example, a fundamental right enacted on Article 17, 32, 23 and Article 24 is being violated, it is the constitutional obligation of the state to take necessary steps for the purpose of interdicting such violation. So many of the fundamental rights enacted in Part 3 operate as limitations on the power of the state and impose obligations on the state not to encroach on individual liberty and enforceable only against the state. But there are certain fundamental rights conferred by the Constitution which are enforceable against the whole world, and they are found inter alia in Articles 17, 23 and 24 of the Constitution. So this was the case of People's Union for Democratic Rights and Others versus Union of India, and I hope I was able to give you guys a picture where the workers had been facing a terrible working conditions, and for the first time the public unions for democratic rights had taken charge over it, and it was the landmark judgment. So thank you.